Hello and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Stepford County Railway. My name is Wizzy Zero, you can also call me Wizzy, and today, as per usual, we're going to be driving more trains. Now, last time we did 2 routes on the Airlink, and then we finished off with 1 route on the Connect. I think what I want to do this time, and I think I mentioned it last time, is I want to do some more Connect routes. So we've done a few Connect routes already. Like, we've had Connect in 3 episodes. Of course, that's the main operator slash service in this game as well. So no surprise there. So last time we used the class 444. First episode we used the class 158. /9. Then we use the class 365. And then the 485/5. And like I said last time, we used the class 444. I think this episode, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do the class 377. Partly because I've been playing quite a bit of Train Sim. And I know I've mentioned this last few episodes, but I've been playing the London route, whatever, a couple of the British rail routes, whatever, not the underground route. And this is the train basically that's used. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this train, and I think. So we've done Lynn by the Sea to Leighton City. That's what we did last time. So I think what I want to do is I'm trying to look for routes that we haven't done. So I think I want to go from Willowfield to somewhere. So we've gone to Port Benton from Stepford Central. Stepford United. I don't know if we've gone there or not. I don't think so. I think I mentioned it before that I thought we did, but I'm pretty sure we haven't. So we'll start with this route. Willowfield to Stepford Central. And then we'll start, we'll start at the Woodhead Lane Depot at this end. There's a signaler doing this section, so now one thing I did do before starting recording was I did basically remove the quieter songs from the playlist. So I shouldn't have to worry about turning up the volume for certain songs. Yeah, I wanted to press A to start speeding up instead of W because on Train Sim, A and D is to speed up and slow down, or to do the throttle rather. So I'm going to be all messed up with controls. Oh, I was doing it again. I was pressing A instead of S. And that's one thing I may do as well. I might change the controls on my Train Sim. So I do WS to speed up, slow down, and change AD for the reverser. That way it's the same between these two games.
We will shortly be arriving at Whitefield Leader. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And Willowfield. Due to a short platform, passengers for Hemden Park should travel in the front 4 coaches. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
Well, looking around the cab, I can see that
Whitefield Leader. This train is
they pretty much got the cab down from what it looks like.
Next station is High Street.
Oh, these are slightly different, but but for the most part,
Welcome on board this Stepford.
and there isn't DSD, what was it, DSD, some sort of DSD button that's like here that they don't have.
We will shortly be arriving at High Street.
I think it's like DSD holdover or something like that. I think that's what it was called or labeled as.
21:35 Stepford Connect service to Willowfield. Calling at Stepford East, Stepford Central, City Hospital, Beachley, Hemden Park, and Willowfield.
See, it'd be cool if
Due to a short
one day
platform,
they actually
passengers
have it so you can
for
actually
Hemden
press like
Park
the
should
buttons.
travel in the front 4 coaches. This train is
Stepford
formed
East.
of 5 coaches.
But anyways, if you guys would like to see me do a train sim video or series, let me know down in the comments below, because I would definitely, I could even call it like Transport Tuesday or Transport Thursday,
The next station
and that way it's not restricted just to train sim. I could do like ATS, ETS, train sim, flight sim,
we will shortly be arriving.
any sort of transportation type simulators.
Change here for services to Berrily and Morganstown. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Service to Willowfield.
And I'm not gonna have a Minecraft video out for next week,
City Hospital, Beachley,
because I just don't really have the time right now to be able to do that.
due to a
So the week after I'll probably do another Minecraft video.
should travel
Now I did work on my Minecraft map that I mentioned about some more. I did end up doing a demo.
Willowfield.
Now the thing is, I submitted it to minecraftmaps.com and it's not on there yet. I don't know if it will be on there because I know it mentioned that not all maps submitted are accepted. And I have absolutely no idea whether
Service to Willowfield.
it's being pending or not. Like, basically I didn't get any notifications through my email or anything. So I have absolutely no idea what's going on with that. But I do have a download link through Dropbox. So I don't know if I could put the link in the description or not. I probably wouldn't do it for this video. I mean, I could always try, and if YouTube doesn't like it, then I can always
Be arriving at
not do it.
Stepford Central. Change here for services to Stepford Airport.
But of course, those of you on my Discord,
Please mind the gap.
well, you already know about the map. And if anybody does want to play my map, even though the link isn't on, or it's not up on Minecraft Maps yet, you can go on my Discord and DM me or whatever,
Newcastle, West
and I will give you the download link to the map.
and Lynn by the Sea. This
Now it is only a one room or slash one level demo, so it's very brief. I gotta work some more on the map. I just don't know what I want to do for the other levels. I mean, I have some ideas on some levels, but I just... My problem is, and I think I've mentioned it before, I'm not wicked creative. Music almost seems almost too loud, but I think it's fine. Yeah, you guys can definitely hear me over the music, so...
Willowfield. The next station is City Hospital. We will shortly be arriving at City Hospital.
But yeah, no, I'm not very creative
And the platform.
when it comes to designing things. I mean, if you've seen my
Stepford Connect, service to Willowfield.
my server videos and seen some of my buildings or whatever, some of the stuff I've done, you're probably thinking, what do you mean you're not very creative? I mean, a lot of these buildings, or some of these buildings, seem like they're fairly creative. I mean, I don't know. I just... Especially with designs and interiors and stuff like that, I'm not good with. Certain other things, I'm somewhat creative with, but...
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Willowfield. The next station is Beachley.
But anyways,
Shortly be arriving
yeah.
at Beachley. Change here for services to Stepford Victoria. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
And Willowfield.
So anyways, I'm still working on trying to get a part-time job this summer, either for an internship or whatever.
This train is formed
Been going over to my school to career services, and they've been helping me.
This is
In fact, just before recording this, I came back from
Willowfield.
going over to the school there or whatever, and
Is Hemden
guy was
Park.
helping me once again with my resume, and I'm gonna finish working on that, start working on the cover letter, and it looks like there is a teller position for one of the banks here, so well, they have it as a full-time position, but he's gonna see if maybe they could work it into be a part-time position for me,
Welcome
so
on board this Stepford Connect service to
we'll see about that, see how that works. So yeah.
Hemden Park.
Bowling league starts back, or summer league starts up here pretty soon. Looking forward to that. I haven't bowled in, this will be the third week that I haven't bowled basically, so kind of excited to get back to it. You know, last week and this week the bowling alley's been closed because they've been doing maintenance. I guess they get I don't know why I'm blanking on things, but they've got an inspection coming up pretty soon.
Hemden Park. Please mind the
I
gap
think it's from the USBC. Basically, they're coming in to inspect it so they can
in the rear coach will not enter
still
coaches.
meet sanctioning
the train.
or continue to be sanctioned, basically.
This is Hemden Park. This train is for Willowfield.
I think they've been trying hard to also to try and get things working better, because I know especially towards the end of the regular season, things were they were definitely starting to have problems with a few of the lanes.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Willowfield.
I don't know if they're getting the roof redone as well, because they've been having serious problems with the roof, especially when it rains hard. They've been having a few leaks. In fact, basically the pin deck area of one of the lanes, they can't use that lane because it leaks down there. Hallway or whatever gets leaky. A few other spots they have leaks or whatever. So hopefully they were working on that as well. I mean, this bowling alley's been around a while too. I think I want to say it was built in probably like the 50s.
We will shortly be arriving at Willowfield.
But
Please mind the gap
anyways,
between
yeah.
the train and the platform. This train terminates here.
Of course, it's not cheap to maintain bowling equipment, especially pin setters. Pin setters are expensive. Although the bowling alley here has been doing a pretty good job with keeping up with everything too. I mean, before COVID, I think it was actually like 2017, 2018, they got brand new scoring systems and new computers or whatever. Because before we had old CRT overhead scoring units and old CRT computers. Well, we got like new tablets and stuff now, so I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to. Do I want to go to Stepford Victoria? You know what? Let's go to Stepford Victoria.
Standing at platform 3 is the 2148 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. Calling at Hemden Park, Beachley, Financial Quarter, and Stepford Victoria.
But yeah, they still have.
To a short
I'm pretty sure the pin setters are all original
should travel
from like
on
the
front
50s.
four coaches. This train is formed of 5
The ball
coaches.
returns are. I don't know if those are original, but I know they're pretty old. Although those work pretty well still. Although they do have problems once in a while with them, but for the most part they're fine. Apparently though, well, I know one lane 7, they've been having problems with the scoring units. I think it's basically from between something to do, not really with the cameras, but between the cameras and the computer, because apparently when they put the new scoring computers in, they didn't replace the wiring system that runs down the length of the lanes. So all the wires were still old wires from the old scoring units. So I don't know if they were replacing the wires during this maintenance as well. I know from the pictures I saw, they had like the stuff between the lanes basically all taken out. And they were working on that. They were working on the pin setters, it looked like, as well. So
Welcome on
I'm
board
thinking maybe they were
this
rewiring
service to
between the
Stepford
cameras,
Victoria.
pin setters and everything, and the computer.
Hemden Park,
So
Beachley,
but
Financial Quarter.
we'll see what they do when I go back next week.
The next station
I know the lanes they redid
Park.
quite a while ago at this point. I think it was like the mid 2000s they replaced the lanes, because they were the original like wood lanes and now they're synthetic lanes. In fact, there's another bowling / entertainment center not too far from there either. one of my friends, he watches updates and stuff to what they're doing or whatever, and they came out with a big update. And I guess one thing that they're doing, well, they used to have 20 lanes at that bowling center as well, but they removed 10 of them, and so they only got 10 right now. And apparently, well, I know for a long time those lanes have not been in great shape. They didn't really care about them, whatever, maintain them very well. And so I guess one thing that they mentioned they're going to be doing is they're going to be completely redoing everything with the bowling lanes there. They're going to take out the lanes, they're going to take out the pin setters, they're going to take out the computers, everything, and they're going to put brand new lanes, brand new pin setters, brand new computers, everything in at that one. And I guess they're also going to have like projectors on the lanes as well, so like certain game modes or whatever they have, it'll like project onto the lanes and everything like that. So of course they'll have the regular bowling too, but I guess one thing they mentioned they'll have too is the automatic bumpers. So basically you can set, like, let's say bowler 1 doesn't need the bumpers, but bowler 3 does. The bumpers will come up for bowler 3 but go back down for the other bowlers. So they're going to have automatic bumpers at that bowling alley. And apparently they're even talking about maybe getting leagues over at that alley as well. So, but I don't know how that's going to affect the bowling alley I currently go to. I mean, I wouldn't really think it'd make too much of an impact. But, yeah, anyways. And of course, a few weeks ago, went down to Lewiston, went to the reopening of that bowling alley. And they did a great job of that. It was nice to see them reopen. And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the bar that also was affected by that incident in October. When I was at the reopening of the bowling alley, they mentioned that the owners of the bar, I guess, were planning on reopening as well. So both places affected from that incident will be reopened. Of course, the bowling alley is reopened now, so like I said, which was great to see, and great to see the people show up for that.
The next station is Financial Quarter.
Especially after an event like that, I mean, that's a tough decision to have to make.
Platform 2 for the 2149 Stepford Connect Service to Willowfield.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria.
But anyways,
Station is Financial Quarter.
other than that, I don't really think really any other things have been going on. Later tonight, I'm going to be taking my car over to the shop because here in Maine, you have to have your vehicle inspected every year, and my vehicle inspection expires this month.
We will shortly be
So I have an appointment for tomorrow, as of me recording this,
Please mind the gap between the train
for it to be inspected. So I'm going to be dropping it off tonight, so they can work on it first thing or when they get to it. And I can pick it back up tomorrow. And I wouldn't think there was really much that needs to be done on it, if anything. I mean, I've had this car for,
This is
what is it,
Financial
like a year now?
This train is
Or has it not been that long?
Victoria.
I don't know, when did I get this car?
Station
beginning of June. So it's been just about a year now since I've gotten the car. So yeah. It's a 2018 Kia Optima. Absolutely love it. It has the heated seats. Not only that, but it has the heated or cooled seats or cooling seats as well for the front seats. The rear seats have heating or heated seats as well. So basically, every seat in the vehicle has heating. Front seats have cooling as well. Like I said, has a heated steering wheel, which is nice. Sunroof, whatever, moonroof. Only opens halfway, but the sunroof or moonroof, whatever it's called, goes all the way back. It just doesn't open all the way. It's got lane assist. It's got the adaptive cruise control, which I really like. Of course, you can turn that off and have it just be the regular cruise control. I don't really use the lane assist much anymore. Of course, I turned it off for the winter because I didn't know. I think if it can't detect the lines, then it won't really activate anyways. But I just wanted to make sure during the winter that it didn't just go crazy. So, from here, let's take a look. Have we gone to... I don't think we've gone to Terminal 2 from here. So I think that's what we'll do. And, in fact, that may be the last... or be it for this video once we get there. So this might be a little bit of a shorter video, but that's fine. So if we take a look at that, so that is basically, well, 20. It showed 22 minutes, but basically from right now, it's 24 minutes, 23 minutes. Which will place us at 51 minutes. So we may have time to do one short route, if there is any short routes from Airport Terminal 2. If not, then that will probably be it for this video once we get there, but we'll see when the time comes. I keep wanting to press A to speed up. Now, for those of you that may or may not know, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but of course I am a big Boston sports fan. Not football, I don't like football, but basketball especially right now. I watched the Celtics Game 4 last night. That was exciting. Swept Indiana for the to go to the finals for the 23rd time in franchise history. If they win this year, which, let's be honest, more than likely they're going to win, especially the way with the team they have this year. But if they win this year, well, as of right now, they're currently tied with the Los Angeles Lakers for the most championships at 17. So if the Celtics win this year, that means that they will be the sole team to have the most championships in the NBA, with 18.
Station is City Hospital.
But one thing I thought was interesting is they showed that graphic with the championships. Not only that, but with the conference finals championships. Like I said, this is the 23rd time that the Celtics have won the Eastern Conference championship.
Airport Terminal 2.
The Lakers, I think from what it showed, had won 32 times in the Western Conference Finals. But they've only won 17 championships. So that means that the Celtics have a better record of winning the finals for the number of appearances they've been as opposed to the Lakers.
We will shortly be arriving at City Hospital.
Lakers have been more often, but they haven't won as much
Between the train.
or as often. Or, I think you guys know what I'm trying to say, basically.
Airport Terminal 2. Calling at Stepford Central, Stepford East,
The percentage of championships to visits, basically.
Coxley, Benton, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, Stepford
This
Airport
is
Central,
City Hospital.
and Airport
This
Terminal
train
2.
is for Airport
This
Terminal
train
2.
is formed
But yeah, tonight, as we're recording this once again,
Stepford Central.
is Game 4 of the Minnesota Timberwolves Dallas Mavericks game. And right now, Dallas is leading that series 3-0.
Welcome on board this.
And
Stepford
honestly, I am
service to
hoping
Airport Terminal 2.
to see Dallas make it to the finals, because I'd rather see the Celtics play Dallas than Minnesota. Because looking at the season, the Celtics have played Minnesota 2 times.
Stepford Central. Change here for services to
They've won
Stepford
only one of those 2 games,
Whitefield.
and that was in overtime.
Willowfield.
at Stepford
Whereas on the other hand, Dallas, the Celtics have also played only 2 times,
Benton,
but they won both of those games in regulation.
Stepford
So they haven't had as much difficulty
Terminal 2.
against Dallas as they had with Minnesota.
This train is for Airport Terminal 2.
Although honestly, I feel like it doesn't really matter which team that they're going to play. I mean, Boston ended up having the best record in the NBA anyways. They only lost, and I think I mentioned this before, but in the regular season, their largest losing streak was 2,
Approaching platform 9.
which happened like 4, maybe 5 times.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to
But-
Airport Terminal 2.
No, honestly, I just think that the Celtics will have a better time against Dallas than they would Minnesota.
Benton.
Although Indiana was tough.
Stepford Airport
Basically, 3 out of these 4 games
Terminal 2. The next
were
is Stepford East.
basically won at the very end of the game. First game was a 3-pointer basically to tie it to force overtime.
Stepford East.
Second game was basically
The train and the platform.
not that close. I mean, it was close, but it wasn't that close.
Stepford
Then the third game
Airport Central.
was won
Airport Terminal 2.
on a steal, basically.
Is formed of 5 coaches.
No, that's not the right marker. Stop. No, not too bad, actually.
terminal.
And then the last game, of course, was right down the wire. In fact, not only that, but with, what was it, like less than 2 minutes, the Celtics were, was it less than 2 minutes? I know towards the end, the Celtics were down by 5. They ended up tying it back up, or whatever. Went ahead. By like 1, I think it was. And then they ended up getting the steal, whatever. Or no, it was tied. They ended up getting the ball. Or end up stealing the ball. End up making basically clutch 3. And this was with like 11 seconds left, or no. No, the clutch 3 was to tie it up. Then, with 11 seconds left, there was like a penalty or whatever, or foul rather, and ended up going ahead by, I think by 2 from the free throws or something like that. And then Indiana got the ball, and then Boston ended up stealing the ball back to basically seal the deal. Indiana wasn't able to foul, so
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service.
it was an intense game, but it was exciting.
Next station is St. Helens Bridge.
Of course, I watched the Indiana, or the Indy 500. That was an exciting race. Watched a good portion of the Coca-Cola 600. Of course, that ended up being rain shortened. And not only that, but it was funny because it was the same. The Indy 500 was delayed by rain,
We will shortly
and
St. Helens Bridge.
the Coca-Cola 600 was rain shortened by the same system.
Please mind the gap between the train.
And not only that, but Kyle Larson, who ended up racing the entirety of the, was normally a NASCAR driver, ended up racing the entirety of the Indy 500, placed, I think it was like 18th or something like that. And then he flew all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina, or just outside Charlotte, North Carolina, basically, to finish out that race, and never got to race. You technically got to swap back into the car, but it was already under red at that point because of rain and thunder, and they ended up calling it, so we never technically got to race the Coca-Cola 600 race.
This is
Oh, that's cool.
St. Helens Bridge. This train is for Airport Terminal 2. The next station is
That was a pretty good movie. Available now. That's cool. When you look away, it just shows. Oh no. Interesting.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Airport Terminal 2. The next station is Woodhead.
Yeah, last week went and saw If. That was a pretty good movie. I tell you what, Ryan Reynolds is such a great actor. I really do need to see like the Deadpool movies. I've never watched them. I gotta watch them at some point. I mean, I'm not a huge superhero movie fan, but I mean, Spider-Man's good. The Avengers is good. Thor was good. Of course, I'd probably say my favorite superhero movies, or movie rather, would actually be an animated superhero movie, and it actually is a Marvel film as well. It's a Disney film. It's Big Hero 6. And I think they are going to be doing a sequel to that at some point too.
Bowden. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Terminal 2. Calling at Coxley, Benton, Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, Stepford Airport Central, and Airport Terminal 2.
And
This
stop.
train is formed of 5 coaches.
So the wrong button.
This is
I keep pressing the wrong buttons because I keep thinking of Train Sim.
Terminal 2
Or Train Sim World 4 rather.
is Coxley.
Because I've been playing that quite a bit. So played a bit of ATS lately as well. Recently got Nebraska. I've discovered every city in Nebraska on ATS. I'm over 50% discovered, I think, for Nebraska as well, so
The next
I'm
station
doing quite a bit of Nebraska on there. I'm really looking forward to when they get to the East Coast, though. I know you're starting to see more toll highways on there as well. I think it's what, Kansas that has some? Kansas, Oklahoma. See, I know most people do not like paying tolls, but there is one,
will shortly be
I think,
Coxley.
well, actually a couple great benefits to tolls,
Between the
or
train and the
toll roads basically, like turnpikes, and that is the service plazas, or sorry, service plazas. There we go.
Benton Bridge, Stepford Airport Parkway, Stepford Airport Central.
I like having service plazas rather than just rest areas, because generally rest areas,
This is
yeah, you have restrooms, but really all you have other than that are maybe vending machines.
station is
Um,
Benton.
But service plazas offer so much more. They have basically a convenience store, they have a couple other restaurants or whatever. Or sometimes they'll have other shops. Here in Maine we have 3,
Service to
well,
Airport Terminal 2.
technically 5 service plazas,
Benton.
but they're in 3 areas. So the southernmost one you have is at mile marker 25 on the main turn. Obviously, this is all on the main turnpike. Mile marker 25, and that is the Kennebunkport, or Kennebunk. Is it technically in Kennebunkport? I think technically it's the Kennebunk rest area, although I always call it the Kennebunkport rest area.
Arriving at
Actually, you know what? Let me look it up on Google Maps.
here for
Is it the Kennebunkport, Kennebunk?
Estherfield.
Well, there's one on each side there, and basically that has obviously restrooms. You have like a store, whatever, convenience store where you can get snacks, drinks,
Between the train
other items that you would normally find at a convenience store. Or like travel items and stuff like that. Of course, not everything you'd find at a regular convenience store. Like, you won't find like cereal. Well, actually, they do have some cereals, like the little packs of cereals, or like the little cereal bowl things that they have.
This is Benton.
But they used to have Starbucks in there. They don't anymore.
2
They have Dunkin' now.
is Benton Bridge.
Okay, you did just show me what it is. Okay, it's Kennebunk. But yeah, they get Popeyes. I think, was it just the northbound side that has Popeyes? I think, yeah, the northbound side has Popeyes. The southbound side has Sbarro's.
Stepford Connect service.
They both have Burger King. In fact, all of them have Burger King.
Will be calling at Benton Bridge. Stepford Airport Park
So yeah, the northbound side has Burger King,
and
um,
Terminal 2.
Popeyes,
And next
the convenience store. You have the restrooms, of course. They have Dunkin', and then like a little gift shop sort of thing, or a travel shop, I think. Well, not really a travel shop, but like, yeah, some sort of little shop in there. And then the southbound side there has, like I said, Sbarro's, Burger King, Dunkin', the convenience store thing, and then restrooms, and then the other little shop. The second one, or second basically pair of service plazas here in Maine,
we will
are
shortly
on
be
95.
Benton Bridge.
This is after basically 295 splits off in South
Between the
Portland.
train and the platform.
Because that splits off at mile marker, I think it's like 41, 42.
Terminal 2.
And that's a 52 mile, or 295 is a 52 mile interstate that connects at both ends to 95 on the turnpike. So it splits off, like I said, at like 41 or something like that.
This train is for
Actually, I can tell
Airport
you.
Terminal 2. The next station is
It's like, oh, 44.
Stepford Airport Parkway.
So then, of course, there's nothing on 295 because that's not part of the turnpike. And then at mile marker 58 on 95, you have two smaller service plazas that have tiny, tiny little convenience stores, basically like a little gas station almost. That doesn't really offer much. It has the restrooms and it has Burger King, and that's it. And that's for both the northbound and southbound sides. So those ones are just small little service plazas. And then you have and that's in gray. And then you have the Gardner Service Plaza, which is only one building. And that's for basically both northbound and southbound. And you can access it from, well, if you're going southbound, you have to access it from 295, which is at mile marker 103.
Stepford Connect service 2.
And then it's exit like 51 on 295. So it's basically right after you get on.
Central.
And then northbound, you get off exit 51 on 295 to get to it. Or if you're on 95 itself, it's exit
Stepford Airport Park.
102.
This train is for Airport
And so this one is basically just like the one in
Airport Central.
southern Maine. On the northbound side, it has Popeyes, it has Burger King, Dunkin', the store, and another little store, like main sort of store. And that's it. And that's it for service plazas. North of there, basically, once you get into Augusta, or basically as you're entering Augusta, when you get to exit, I think it's 109.
Airport Terminal
Just before exit 109, basically about mile marker 108, is where the turnpike ends. So turnpike's only in the southern portion of the state. And so, of course, because 295, both ends of 295 are on or entering onto the turnpike, you have toll plazas at both ends of 295. If you stay on 95, you have toll plazas. So basically, the only way to get up here,
shortly be arriving at.
if you're on the interstate, is with tolls.
Services to Leighton
the only way to avoid the tolls is basically to get off the interstate.
Terminal 3.
But I mean, they're not wicked expensive. I mean, I have Easy Pass, and of course, which I like because they have the drive-through only sections. And I think I've mentioned this before because they just basically upgraded all of them to have the drive-through, or basically the highway speed sections,
Stepford Airport Central.
where you don't have to slow down to go through the toll plaza itself. But if you're paying cash, obviously you have to go to that side.
Airport Terminal 2.
But so basically, and they had just redone all of them to have those, and then of course the Turnpike basically says, "Oh yeah, we might go to an all-electronic toll system," which means that they would completely remove the toll plazas altogether and do like what Massachusetts does
Stepford Connect.
and have completely electronic toll systems. So if you don't have a transponder, like Easy Pass transponder,
Terminal 2.
then basically they'll send you a bill in the mail. So I'm like thinking, it's like, okay, if you were thinking about doing that, why didn't you just do that in the first place? Or talk about doing that in the first place instead of building all new toll plazas with these new sections just to remove them to go to all electronic. But it sounds like it's going to be quite a few years down the road before they do fully go over. Because I know Massachusetts was the first one to do that. New York had just followed suit. In fact, I know last time I went through New York, all of the toll plazas were gone. But, yeah. Of course, my favorite turnpike has to be the New Jersey Turnpike. I know New Jersey gets all kinds of slack, but their turnpike, I know, like I've mentioned it actually in this game before, so I get talking about it somehow, and I'm like, yeah, New Jersey has the best turnpike, and one person's like, oh, I don't know, Pennsylvania has the best turnpike. I'm like,
And the platform.
I don't know. The reason why I like the New York Turnpike, or New Jersey Turnpike rather, so much is, and we will be doing one more route. We'll do a shorter route. The reason why I like the New Jersey Turnpike so much is, if you look at it from above, there's basically 4 sections. You have 2 sections going north, 2 sections going south. Every single section has 3 lanes, so for a total of 12 lanes. The inner section on both sides, so the inner 2 sections basically, are cars only. The outer 2 sections are cars and trucks. So basically cars can use any of the 6 lanes,
Terminate here.
but once you're in the section, you're basically relegated only to 3 lanes.
Today.
But every section has the same exits to every single exit, to every single service plaza. And with that, I mean, it just makes traffic move so much better because you have, well, in the cars only section, you don't have to worry about dealing with truck traffic. But, and then not only that, but they have service plazas like literally every, what was it, like every 20 miles, if that. Which I absolutely love. So if you need to stop whatever and you've already passed one, you don't have to wait too much further until you get to the next one. And of course, some of them have different offerings as well. But yeah, that's pretty much why I like the New Jersey Turnpike. Of course, one thing I really like about certain highways too, especially through certain cities, is the fact that they're, and I think a few cities are starting to do this, they used to have, I know some cities still have them, they used to have HOV lanes, which is basically just one lane. They can't go in or out of it. And I know some cities are switching to express lanes, which are more than one. Usually I think they're two. And with those, they don't have exits at every exit, only at certain exits. So if you want to get off at certain exits, you have to go to the local section basically. But if you're going like long distance, like usually like I am, you can just get an express lane, don't have to worry about people constantly getting on and off. It's so nice. I wish all cities did that. And one thing I wish the entire country did, which would make things run so much better, is make 3 lanes a nationwide thing. Because generally with 3 lanes, trucks can only use the right 2 lanes.
We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Airport Central.
If you make 3 lanes, people can actually get around the trucks, especially if they're passing at a really slow rate. Which I know, after going to California and back, there tends to get a lot of truck traffic, especially in the middle of the country, so it bogs things down. It's like you'll go good and then you'll be going like 15 miles an hour slower than what you were going before. And it gets frustrating. So I wish 3 lanes were the entire country, nationwide thing. And not only that, but I wish every city had express lanes. Like here in Bangor, Central Maine, traffic, I mean, it's getting busier and busier here. Traffic is just getting, I mean, we have trucks that come in down from Canada. A lot of them don't even stop in Bangor. They'll just go through Bangor, and we only have 2 lanes. And not only that, but one thing I wish we could do, I can't speak. I'm speaking too fast. That's my problem. So one thing I know some places do, like I remember when I went to Columbus, Ohio the first time, on their highways, when the on-ramps come on, that lane stays on until the following off-ramp. Here, that doesn't happen. The only time that happens is maybe at a Cloverleaf where you have the 2 loop ramps connected. But of course the Cloverleaf here is so tiny and people don't yield. They don't know how to yield. So that ends up being a problem. Although there is one part where the on-off ramps are kind of separated from the rest of the lanes, which is nice. I wish that a lot of places would do that too. But so we don't have that in through town. So basically when the on-ramp comes on, it comes on. I mean, they may have a little bit of an auxiliary lane to be able to give you more time to move over. Sometimes you don't have that. Same thing with getting off. Sometimes there'll be a lane there. Sometimes it just all of a sudden it's the ramp. And then not only that, but it's only 2 lanes all the way through town. So yeah, I wish there was a 3rd lane, especially through Bangor. I mean, or an express lane to bypass the entirety of Bangor, basically. So if I want to go on the other side of town, because I have a friend that lives on the other side of Bangor, and so I have to go through town on the interstate there, deal with people constantly getting on and off, deal with people slowing down to like 45 just before the exit, when the speed limit's 60. It's like people will go slow down to 40. Sometimes traffic will be going 45 and sometimes traffic will be going like 75. So yeah, you have problems with people going
To St. Helens Bridge.
almost too much extreme
Station is
on either end.
Benton Bridge.
And then with people not knowing how to yield, they'll just force their way on, kind of force you to move over or slow down or speed up or whatever. Or technically they have to do that.
Will shortly be arriving at Benton Bridge.
It's frustrating. Then they'll get mad at you
Services to
if you don't
Hayden City.
let them on.
Please mind the
Even though
gap
that's not how that
between the
works.
train and the platform.
But I digress.
Stepford Connect, service to St Helens.
I mean, honestly, there's a whole lot of things I'd change if I could.
Benton, Coxley, Bowden, and St Helens
This is Benton Bridge.
So yeah, we're...
This train is for
this video is gonna be basically like... This video is gonna be like... I don't know why my throat is so, like, crackly. Anyways, this video is gonna be like 12 minutes longer than normal, but that's fine. I was in the middle of talking about things and I didn't want to just end the video.
Welcome
It was going to be shorter as well if I did, which I mean would have been fine like I said, but
The next station is
this route works. But anyways, yeah, so another thing I wish they'd do, which I know they talked about or whatever, in fact, it just got voted down, which is absolutely stupid. They've been talking about it for a long time, is bringing the Amtrak rail service back up to Bangor. Because, of course, one point in time, trains used to come into Bangor, and actually most of Maine. But right now, the only rail service that we have is in southern Maine, from Boston to Brunswick, which is 2 stops past Portland. I know they were talking about extending it towards Lewiston up to Augusta and to Bangor,
here for services
but Augusta, the
Willowfield,
basically the lawmakers
Morganstown,
did a vote on whether they should allow rail service to come up to Bangor,
mind the gap between
and they voted it down. Why? I have absolutely no idea. Literally everybody wants it, which is highly unusual here in Maine because we have a lot of old people and they don't like change.
5 coaches.
I'm sure most people know this anyways, but old people do not like change. They like things the way they used to be. And I know they've talked about building an east-west highway here in Maine. Most of it would have been on old logging roads,
Benton.
and
Train is for
nobody wants it.
Bridge. The next station is
Your
It's like,
attention,
why?
please.
We could use it.
22
A lot of trucks that drive from eastern Canada try to get to New York have to go all the way down into Massachusetts.
This is due to a member of the train crew being unavailable.
Have to go all the way down to Massachusetts,
The train now approaching
deal with that traffic
terminates here.
to go over to New York.
Service from
Whereas if we had an east-west highway ourselves,
welcome on board.
they could go through northern New Hampshire, Vermont, into New York that way.
We will be calling at
And in fact, New York and Vermont,
and
they had basically already approved it. It's just Maine,
is Coxley.
because of all the old people, voted it down. They didn't want it, so it's not happening, which is stupid. Like I said, nobody likes change here in Maine, because they're all old. And that's why all the young people leave, because we don't have anything, nothing changes here. So we don't have the employment opportunities for when people graduate to come here. I mean, yeah, we're starting to get a few more companies and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's just, there's not much. That's why everybody leaves.
We will shortly be arriving at Coxley.
And I know I talk about restaurants and stuff like that. How we don't really have many options either. It's like, I mean, yeah, we have a handful of places, but for the most part,
This train is formed of 5
we don't have
coaches.
as much as most other places do. You go up north, good luck. All you're gonna find is a McDonald's, if that.
This is Coxley. This train is
Like basically north of Bangor, there are no Burger Kings.
Next station is Bowden.
In fact, if you look up Burger King on Google Maps, yeah, literally north of Bangor, north and east of Bangor, and even southeast of Bangor, there's not a single Burger King. There used to be a few, but they all closed because they were a franchise location, which I actually worked for.
Stepford Connect service to
That location had closed. The location towards Bar Harbor had closed.
Bowden.
Location in Holton at the end of 95 had closed. And even further north. So if you go past Bangor, like I said, you're not going to find a Burger King. Wendy's, I think, is similar, although they do have a few more Wendy's. Apparently there's actually a Wendy's coming soon in Lincoln, north of Bangor. Interesting. But basically, as of right now, the only Wendy's north of Bangor is basically just on the other side of Bangor in Orno. There's one going towards Bar Harbor, but that's it. So like I said, even as far as like fast food restaurants, all you have is McDonald's.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
St. Helens Bridge only. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
So I could never live up north in northern Maine here.
This is
Although probably what I'd do is more than likely I'd go into Canada all the time.
the next station.
They got an A&W in Canada.
Bridge.
Speaking of which, I'll probably have to go up here for at some point. Either this month or next month. Well, actually, not this month because this month's almost over, but sometime in June, probably middle of June, I'll probably go back to A&W.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to St. Helens Bridge.
I know a friend of mine, he wants to go back up too, so.
Is St. Helens Bridge.
I gotta get me some more of those Doritos as well. It's the zesty cheese. I think I've mentioned this before in some of the videos as well. So yeah, I think I did a whole lot better this episode about talking about certain things, or just talking more than I did the last few videos. I guess I gotta just talk about different things like this, just give my opinions on things. In fact, if any of you have any ideas on stuff that I could talk about, let me know down in the comments below. Maybe I can talk about that in some of these videos. Because like I said, I never know what to talk about. So, we're gonna move this song on down. In fact, more than likely, I'm gonna be cutting this song off. Because this is our last stop coming right up.
We will shortly be arriving at St. Helens Bridge. Change here for services to Berwick.
So yeah, I think maybe,
Between the train and and the platform.
Like I said, let me know down below in the comments below.
All change.
Below. I don't know why I said it like that so many times. But anyways, let me know down below if you guys would like to see me do like a Transport Tuesday or Actually, no, it'd be probably more so Transport Tuesday, because I currently do this series on Thursday. So Transport Tuesday series, because I could definitely do that. In fact, I may even do that anyways, I don't know.
This is St.
Probably do
Helens
some, like I said, Train Sim World 4 videos
All change.
with that.
Platform
Maybe even some ATS, or even some other transportation games, racing games.
service
Doesn't necessarily have to be simulation games.
calling at Angel
Yeah,
Pass,
anyways, so we're gonna exit to the menu.
Benton,
We are going to go to passenger. Get rid of the chat for a moment. And we were at... Where is it? St. Helens Bridge, right there. Okay. Spawn. So once again, like I said, talking about the Minecraft map that I did, if you guys want to try it out, I have a link to my Discord down below. I don't have a link to the map itself on my Discord, but maybe I will just put it on there. But yeah, I have all kinds of Minecraft stuff on my server, which includes a link to, or information to join my Minecraft map that I have, or my Minecraft server rather. So yeah, like I said, you can let me know on Discord, or if you want a link to the demo to the Minecraft map that I just made. But anyways, that is just about gonna do it for this video though, so once again, hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you leave a thumbs up, and of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!